This is how you fill out the Notice of Related Cases form. The Notice of Related Cases form is the form that is typically required in any family law action that you would file within the state of Florida. This allows the court of whatever jurisdiction you file in to be notified of any other cases that may be pending and might be related or affect the case you're filing with them. So on the top, where it says in the Circuit Court of blank Judicial Circuit in and for blank County, Florida, that portion is where you would indicate in the second line what county your case is in. The Judicial Circuit, which varies depending on the county, you can find out by looking online. For example, if you're in Miami-Dade County, you would be in the 11th Judicial Circuit. And if you are in Broward County, you would be in the 17th Judicial Circuit. If there are no related cases, as in this is the first filing, there's no child support action, no divorce, no other court that anything was ever filed in, this is very straightforward. Under Section 1, you put in that there are no related cases, and then you can move forward. Where it says petitioner respondent, which has to be consistent with the other pleadings you're filing, the petitioner is the person who is initially filing that. In most cases, it would be you. And the respondent is the other party in which you are serving. If this is a modification of some sort, you may in some cases be the respondent, but you would have to make sure that the pleadings from the previous action stays consistent on this one. So in other words, you don't switch it up. Under case number and division, you may not have that if this is the initial filing of the case. However, if it's a modification, you would already have that information. You just go ahead and place that up there. If you do have some related cases, such as maybe there was a child support action filed and you're now filing paternity action, or if in another jurisdiction there was a custody matter, you're trying to move the case down here to Florida or into this county, you would check that there are related cases. And as you see, if you go down, a lot of this document is repetitive. It would ask you about each related cases you have. So under there, you'd put in the case name, the petitioner, respondent, the case number, and what particular division it is. Then you would also check off what type of case it is. Whether it's a dissolution of marriage, custody, child support, or any of the other options they give. If the related case is not here, you obviously have the other section. You can go ahead and fill that in right there. It also goes into asking if it was a case in Florida or in another jurisdiction, what's the status of the case, and what's the relationship there also. And that's pretty much what they ask for each case that you would have that's a related case. Once you go through all the related cases, there's a section where they ask you whether you want to coordinate the litigation of any of the cases or if you do not. If you do not want to coordinate it, you have to list your reason. Now, most times, to be frank, most counties, to promote judicial efficiency, will just have your case be assigned to the same judge as any previous case you had within that county. Now, obviously, if you have cases in separate counties or in separate jurisdictions, this will not be an issue. So under Section 3, it'll ask if you want to assign it to one judge or coordinate the existing cases. And then you would also have to explain that it would conserve judicial resources and promote an efficient determination of these cases because, and you can explain it out. That part's not complicated. You can just go ahead and put something like, it allows multiple issues to be dealt with at one time. It allows for the cost and efficiency of the judicial process, just something that falls in line with that line right there. And then in Section 4, it just lets you know and make sure you're aware that you have a continuing duty to inform the courts if there's any other cases that's filed in relation to this. and then you just add your signature and information, certificate of service to whoever you're getting the party served, which in your case would be the respondent, or if it's a modification, could be the other party, and that's it. That is how you fill out the Notice of Related Cases form under Florida Family Law Rules of Procedure Form 12.900H.